Hi everyone! In one of my recent videos, someone pointed out that I never did a video on these new Propus windows. I actually did one in, I think it must have been on Instagram or Instagram stories. So I'm so sorry about that because I totally thought I already did this video, which is why I wasn't doing it. Thanks for your requests. That's why they're so important. So we're going to be going over these new Propus windows in today's video. I'm going to be swatching them on regular, nice quality Japanese white paper that a lot of people might have. At least people who shop from us probably have some. And then I'll also be swatching them on Tomoe River Paper. I get frequently requested I get frequently requested to swatch on Tomoe River Paper because so many of my viewers like their Hobonichi, so I'm going to be doing it on both of these papers today. This is the Marks Ink Time for Paper notepad. So I will swatch in there as well. And then it's nice too because you'll get to see things on both white and cream. And I'm going to be highlighting over the tops of different kinds of pens that claim to be quick drying. That way you can see what might work best for you depending on what paper you use. I think if you use Bible paper, it's going to be more like this Tomoe River paper. So what we're going to do is, let me tell you real quickly about the pens I'm going to be using in this video. Just for different perspectives here. I do not need to Sarasa Dries, do I? Okay, we're going to be using the Sarasa Dry. We're going to be using the Sarasa Mark On, which is supposed to be specifically for highlighting over the top of. We're going to be using the Inner Gel, which is a great quick drying gel pen. We're going to use Uni-Ball Signo, which, so if you use the DX or the RT, it's all the same ink, Uni-Style Fit, so I'm going to be using that. We're going to be using the Uni-Ball Signo 307, which is advertised as a quick dry. This one is not. And I have some regular blue-black Sarasa gel ink in here, just so you can get the comparisons. And I'll be doing a ballpoint, an Acroball ballpoint. I think that'll be enough just to give you the idea. I mean, there's so many pens in the world, can't do all of them. If it's not taking a million bajillion years, maybe we'll do this juice up as well. So let's start by doing some swatching. I am completely obsessed with this new Propus Window Black. So now, one of the things they've done, aside from add new colors to this series, is they've given us a finer point, and it's a sturdy plastic point. If you see that. And so I'll be using that to write over the tops of my swatches just for the color part. And then we'll get into the swatching over ink part for those of you who want to know about that. So here are the original the original 5 colors. And so why don't we start with those? See if there's, let me see, I would like to zoom in. Okay, there we go. So let me have my marking one ready. So this is one of my favorite all-time highlighter colors. It is Yamabuki, or you could call it yellow-orange. This one they call lime. This one's sakura, which means cherry blossom. Now, real quick, let me show you the difference. See, I was showing you that new tip, but I didn't show you next to the old tip. See how much finer it is now than it used to be. So they're still making this older lineup. They're not replacing it. They're just adding to it and kind of changing that tip feature, which is really pretty cool. Let's see. This one is aqua. And we've got lavender here. Okay, so now let's get into the new colors. The ones people are, I think, most excited about are the smoky colors. I'll do those in just a minute. First, we're gonna do the light colors because they're kind of like most similar to these. It is interesting, they changed the box. They went from this flip top style to this style. Hadn't even noticed that before. And I've been using these a while now. So let me just get all these out. Okay, I think I'm gonna swatch these up here right next to the pastel colors. Just so you can kind of see the difference. So this one they're calling light yellow. This is light green. This one reminds me a lot of the mild green mild liner, which really comes across as a grass green a little bit to me. Have to remember I can't talk and write at the same time. It never works. This one is light pink. I love that I can write right over the top of these with the black. This black Propus has quickly become a favorite in my pen case. Okay, this is light blue. It's nice to be able to see them swatch side by side here. And this one is light violet. Now those two of all of them, I feel like are the closest, aren't they? Now let me just show you how thin that line is on these new ones compared to this thicker line over here. Do you see that? Okay, let me make sure it's coming. Yeah, so you're getting some good swatch in there. Okay, so now let's go over these smoky colors because I know a lot of people are excited to see them swatched. If you haven't seen them swatched, it probably means you don't follow me on Instagram. So make sure you follow us on Instagram. I am always quickest to talk about new products over there. Okay, so we will do the smoke orange first. Now these are available in singles or sets. So if you just see one color you like, you should be able to get it individually on our site. The smoke green, I love it. It's not olive, but it's kind of as close as I can get to an olive, and it's just, I like to call it forest bathing green because I'm one of those nerdy forest bathers. I try to get out and go on a walk in the forest every morning, and it's like changed my life. Okay, smoke blue. Love these smoky colors. And here is the smoke gray. So this is not the same thing as the black that I'm using right now. Okay, now let's look at these. They call these basic colors, and you know, I really would not, I would not call these highlighters, they're markers. And especially I like utilizing the fine tip. And that's probably one reason they decided to make a fine tip out of these, so that you could do that. So let's go in this order. So here's pink. It's a nice vibrant pink. And we have green. I'll make sure and link all of these products below per usual. And please do let us know if you have questions about them. This blue is a nice vibrant blue. I really like it. Let me show you with this point. And then finally the black. So there you have all those colors of Propus 2 that you guys wanted to see swatched. Now we'll do some swatching over on the Tomoe River paper. Now I want to remind you that with the Tomoe River paper, this is not the ideal surface for gel plus highlighter. It's just not. So what we're doing here is we're trying to find a good combo that might work for you. Let me get my pens ready here. So I will start by using some mark on. We'll just do like some mark on, and then we'll just switch pens as we go. That way we get all the swatches and all the pen combos, and then we can kind of decide what works. I won't be giving these time to dry because I want, you know, we're looking for something that would be like ease of use for you. So maybe we'll start with the light colors on top of, yeah, we'll start with the light colors on top of the Sarasa mark on. So I'll do, we'll say light yellow, and then highlight over the top, and you definitely get some smear. And then we'll do light green. What are we doing next? Light pink, how about? Total smear. Now, just to show you the difference in performance, let me show you over here. So we'll do the light yellow again on this regular nice white paper, not Tomoe River paper. And you're not getting hardly any visible smear compared to on the Tomoe, okay? We'll try one more color just to be thorough. And then I'm gonna write a note here so that we remember what we were testing. So this is the mark on. This is the mark on. Okay, so you know, if you were telling me you wanted to use that combo on the Tomoe River paper, I'd tell you that's gonna smear a little bit, but not on the regular paper. Okay, so now let's move on from the mark on. I feel like we've done a nice testing of that. And then let's move on to testing the Sarasa Dry. How about that? Got a brand new one here to crack open. I mean, probably we have about 80 opened ones around our warehouse right now. And then of course I can never find them when I go to make a video. So annoying. Okay. So let's test the light blue. Oop, total smear. That was a bummer. Yuck. Do not like. I would not recommend that on Tomoe. Okay, let's try over here. So this is light. So the Sarasa Dry is a nice left-handed pen, but I would not recommend it for highlighting on Tomoe. That is so bad. Not so bad at all on the white paper though. But look at the behavior on the Tomoe versus white paper. Okay. Now let's move on to testing some Smoky Colors. You know, just so you can see what this looks like on there, because there was such a smear, I'll put that there. It's very pretty. Okay, I think we've kind of don't need to see any more Sarasa Dry because that was so gross. But just because I know some people will be so curious, I will do this with mild liner over the top. Because I know so many people use mild liners, and so that's one thing that I would probably want to know. Smear City. Okay. Let's try on regular here. Yuck. Okay, we do not like mild liners over the top of Sarasa Dry on any kind of paper we've tried here, so forget that one. Now, if you're just writing and you're left-handed, the Sarasa Dry is awesome, so don't write it off, just if you want to highlight over the top of it. Let's move on to some Energel, because that is a great quick dry pen. So I have some hope that it might behave okay. Let's try this Energel with Smoke Orange over the top. Smear. I have to get it cleaned. Okay. Let's try it over here. Little bit of smear. So far, I feel like if you're on regular white paper and you don't want that smear, the mark on is working the best so far. Yeah. Let's do a couple more tests with this Energel. Let's do a smoke green here. A little bit of smear there. Okay, and why don't we move on to the next kind of pen. I'm gonna write this here so that you can remember what we're testing here for your own trying out. let's do some regular Uni-Ball Signo ink here. I love this pen. This is just an RT1 in one of the, I think it's like the colored bodies. We still have these on our store. I'll make sure and link it below because they come in a few cool colors. 3 of them have pink on them, but I like this black pink combo. And then there's also like a cool blue combo. Let's see. Smear. Let's try it over here. Smoke red. I'm gonna try that one more time because I think it was a little dirty, so I didn't get a good test. Not too bad of smear on a regular white paper. I feel like you could do that combo and be happy with it. So this is just regular Uni-Ball ink. Signo, I should say. What am I doing? Signo ink. So this is Signo ink. I'll summarize this at the end in case you're getting like confused and overwhelmed by the choices. Why don't we do the 307 now? So that's basically your Signo ink, but it's supposed to be quicker drying. So let's try that. Uni-Ball Signo pens, like any of the versions of them, write so nicely. I just love the ball tip. I don't know how to explain it, but gross, this is a disaster. But I feel like it like helps my handwriting even. So let's try the Signo 307 over here on the white paper. For all you who will not be using Hobonichi paper. Nope, it's smeary. So I don't recommend the 307 with highlighter combo in some. I would recommend the Signo over that. Okay, so now I know this is not going to perform that great, but we're going to do it to be nice and thorough. We are going to do the regular Sarasa gel. Smeary. It's not that bad here. You could do it with the regular Sarasa gel. Okay, last time I showed this pen, somebody was regretting not getting it when it was available as a limited edition. So I'll tell you, you know, there will be another Sarasa Grand limited edition coming. It'll be after March, and we'll do this thing again where I'll make a video soon letting you know about it so that you can let us know if you want to be emailed when they arrive, because it is the most exciting, at least to me, Sarasa Grand they've done so far. So I think you guys will want your chance at it, those of you who like the Sarasa Grand. And so now let's do some acro ball. I guess I'll use these standard colors. Let's do, this is just pink. So this would perform very similarly to the Jetstream that a lot of people, almost everybody who has a Hobonichi has already tested Jetstreams on them, because Hobonichi's, almost every variant comes with a free Jetstream pen. So that's why I was trying a like similar pen but different, because people who have a Hobonichi could already have done that with the Jetstream for sure. Works great here. And then I think there was one other. Why don't we just try the Juice Up? Oh. I got these switched. You guys get it. Okay. Let's see. This is massive amount of swatching. Oh, good one. Okay. There we go. We're just trying to be thorough. Give you a chance to see what combo you might want to try. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say about this. If you're interested in the Propus Window, these new highlighters, then I would recommend the Mark-On, especially on regular white paper. If you're using Tomoe River Paper, it's hard for me to recommend pretty much any, except the Mark-On's okay if you're giving it a little bit of time to dry though. Without giving it time to dry, I've got smear on every single one of these. It's not a ton of smear. It's not like bad like these, but you know, that's to me, I mean, that's smear. But you know, Jetstream or Acroball is gonna work fine. Your Juice Up, it looks like, will actually work okay. The only ones I wouldn't recommend on the white paper would be the 307, really smeared, and Sarasa Gel wasn't that bad, smeared a tiny bit, but you're gonna be much happier really using gel plus these highlighters on regular white paper versus Hobonichi. But this is just if you do want to figure out some kind of combination on here. I'm trying to give you some examples. So let me do one more test here just because I had a customer request. So I want to be kind of thorough about this Hobonichi test. So I'm going to use the Mark-On, and I'm going to make sure I'm testing. I'm going to let it, I'm going to give it a few seconds, and then I'm going to test 3 different highlighters over the top of it. So we're going to do a Propus with Mark-On. We're going to do a Kiradichi with Mark-On. I feel like the Kiradichi are so underrated. These are the sparkly highlighters. They're amazing. I love them. And then the mild liner with Mark-On. Now remember, this right here is specific to the Hobonichi paper, which is not going to be ideal already. These would perform much, much better on regular white paper, as I've shown. So let's do Propus with Mark-On, and I've let it dry for a little while. Not too bad. Let me actually, you know what? I'll do that at the end. I'll bring it closer so you can see, you know, how much smear there is for these. Boop. Okay. Now the Kiradichi, and again, you know, it's had a little bit of time to dry here. And then the mild liner. Get much better performance, obviously, when you give it some time to dry. The mild liner is still the most smeary of those. Just too bad because people love the colors. The Kiradichi is not, it's hard for me to show the sparkliness on the camera, but it's sparkly, believe me. But that's not bad at all, really. It's kind of a nice combo, actually. It creates some kind of weird halo effect around it, which is kind of awesome. And then, of course, there's the Propus. a little bit of smear, but it's not terrible. You know, letting it dry for a little while, you do have a better result than when you do it right away. So anyway, I hope that helps, you know, both people who wanted to see swatching of all these new Propus colors and people who had some questions about the Hobonichi Mark On Plus highlighter. I know it's always a mission for people to find the best pen highlighter combo for their particular paper. So I'm here to help. Let me know if you have any more questions, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.